Good people of the press, we are here as members of parliament from the Jubilee coalition. And we want to respond to the lies and the propaganda that the code or the so-called NASA have said yesterday in their press conference concerning the company that has been print ballot papers for the August 8th general election. And we want to tell the nation in the first place that out of the 43 by-elections that were held between 2014 and last year, 20 of those by-elections, the ballot paper was supplied by that said company, Al Ghurair of Dubai. So it's not a new company. It's been contracted and has done business with IEBC. But having said that, we want to confirm to the nation that IEBC, within the reading of the Constitution, is independent, and we don't want to get involved ourselves at the Jubilee coalition in any of the administrative or procurement issues. But we want to tell the country that what the court leadership has told the country is just a tip of the iceberg. And I want to ask them to make full disclosure what they know about the company that lost to Al Ghurair. And this company is called, and this is a company that went to court when this tender was cancelled. Because we have credible information, even as Jubilee, as Honorable Musalia said, that this firm is known as the Paarl Media, Pti Limited, a South African printing firm. And its directors are two people, one Ben Sach, and the other one is called Dr. Patel Shailesh. And in December of 2015, and we want Honorable Raila Odinga to provide his passport, in December of 2015, first he met these directors thrice in Nairobi, and twice in the month of April last year, 2016. So let him provide his passport and tell the country whether he traveled to South Africa in the month of April 2016, where he met Ben Sach and Dr. Shailesh. Odinga flew himself to South Africa last year twice, and he met them in a deal where they agreed to contribute at least 1 billion shilling to the code or NASA campaign kitty. But this could only succeed if he helped them secure the lucrative ballot printing tender from IEBC. That became a serious challenge to Raila Odinga. By 2015, he knew Isaac Hassan, the chair then, will not agree to his fishy deals. And that is why Raila came up with the story of Odinga, Oswago, Oyumba's deal with Osman, Smith and Osman. So Raila, through Oswago and Oyumbra, they were part and parcel of Smith and Osman of the 2012. Being the Prime Minister, he is the one who sourced Smith and Osman to provide the ballot paper then. Isaac Hassan therefore had to go, and the story went that way. So Ben Sach and Raila Odinga met Dr. Ezra Chiloba twice last year, and we want Ezra Chiloba to confirm that, before the printing of the tender was floated. Chiloba, because of integrity issue, could hear none of the stories of Raila Odinga and his group. The options then were limited. They applied for the tender. This company applied for the tender and failed. And they challenged the tendering process in court. Again, they failed. And that's how Odinga and the CORD and the NASA brigade lost one of their most trusted campaign financier. Number two, and this must also come out very clear for the CORD coalition. There's a lady by the name Hamid Kibwana. Hamid Kibwana was, until last election in Tanzania, was the UNDP country rep, Tanzania. And she was, after the elections, she was accused of interfering with the Tanzanian election. She was declared persona non grata by the government of President Magufuli. Hamida was an agent of Smith and Usman through two other printing firms, one called GI Solution and the other one called Toll Security, both of them in the business of ballot paper printing. Hamida is also connected to a company called Kalamazo 2013. Kalamazo, which tendered for the printing of ballot papers in 2013, which again lost to Smith and Usman. She was their agent. Today, Hamida Kibwana is the key advisor to Raila Odinga. And this morning, she represented and she appeared before the IEBC to represent the NASA presidential candidate. So we want to tell the country that all the story that, before I even go to that, the picture on the star of the chairman of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, who is not connected to Al Ghurair. That delegation was taken to State House by none other than Kiprono Kitoni, who is the chairman of Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and who is a shareholder of the Star newspapers. So Kiprono Kitoni, you need to come out very clearly. You are the one who took the chair of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry to State House. Uhuru Kenyatta did not ask them. He did not had a deal with them. The records of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Protocol Department and State House can confirm that if there is somebody who is associated with the chair of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce, is one Kiprono Kitoni, who is a shareholder in the Star newspaper. So while you fish that picture, while you fished your guest and put it on the headlines, is for the record to know. So that was a delegation which was not a government delegation. So we want the CORD coalition to come out clearly on the role of Hamid Kibwana. Madam Hamid Kibwana, her role in Smith and Usman, her role in GI Solution, her role in Toll Security, confirm whether she was declared persona non grata by the Tanzanian government on how she interfered, and now she is preparing herself to interfere with the general election. 2, Honorable Raila Odinga must provide the details of his passport, whether he traveled on the month of April last year, 2016, flew to South Africa and met this gentleman, Dr. Patel Shailesh and Ben Sachi, the proprietors behind the South African printing firm by the name the Paarl Media Pty Limited, and who are very, very great friends of the Prime Minister. Finally, we want to tell the country and take the country the memory line. CORD, or the so-called NASA, went to court to stop the printing of this ballot paper. The same court went to court to stop the voter registration audit by KPMG. The same court or NASA are in court to challenge the transfer of the returning officers, which is administrative, and the county management officers by the IEBC. They must tell us clearly, do they want to spend their time on the corridors of justice with the flimsy court cases, or do they want to prepare for the general election? On the same note, we want to challenge. I was at the IEBC conference. I read the president's statement. The president categorically, publicly said, if he loses the election, he is ready to call it a day. We want Raila Odinga to tell the country, if he loses the election, is he going to accept the popular verdict? Not this story of him saying, if I lose the election, but if they are free and fair. You know, that but should not be there. So we are challenging him. Be a man enough to face the nation like your competitor and tell the country that come the 9th of August 2017, if you lose the election, you will accept the voice of the people of Kenya. That is a challenge we are giving to court. From where we sit, the President Uhuru Kenyatta is not connected to Al Ghurair. His family is not, but we have given you very clear evidence. The only thing they have is that he was found in State House. The guy in State House is the chair of Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The person who took him there is the chair of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce. But we are giving you details of timelines and visits that the Honorable Raila Odinga and contacts he made with you. So it's about him losing the tender. It's about losing 1 billion shilling for his campaign kitty. And we are telling him that Kenya must move on. And IEBC, the only people who can oversight, it must come out very clear, the only people who can oversight a procurement process of IEBC as an independent institution is the Jailer Committee of the National Assembly. We don't believe in taking people to Dubai and seeing how our machine is working. That, I think, doesn't help us. And we want IEBC to provide all the infrastructure for a free, fair, and peaceful general election. We don't care who prints the ballot papers. We don't care who provides the ink. We don't care who provides the markers. We don't want who provides the lampshades that will be used and all the other material. We don't care who is given the transport business. We don't care who is employed as a returning officer or as a presiding officer. What we care is give us the infrastructure necessary for our people to vote, and we are confident as a Jubilee coalition we are going to win the next general election. Thank you. Brave.
Judging from your last statement, you just said that you do not care who it is that is going to be. Are you open to another firm taking over this exercise?
That is a function of the IEBC. So we are not. In the next 50-plus days, we are out there putting to the people our scorecard. And so we don't care who is given. We don't care who becomes. But the law must be followed. IEBC must follow the procurement law. Ken.
Thank you. At the risk of being labeled as adding to your statement, I think the issue of Al Ghurair or not, whether it's the guy who made the president or not, is an issue. Because to me, there are two different facts. But that notwithstanding, this back and forth, Mheshimiwa, NASA yesterday and today, Jubilee, we expect them, because you are asking them to provide proof that they
Absolutely.
We expect them to respond, and we are 54 days. So what is this really helping Kenyans with? The back and forth, the answering and allegation after allegation?
That is a function of the political leadership. It's our business to answer code. It's their business to answer us. So there's nothing out of place. For us, we are saying, and we said it from our top leadership, from the president, IEBC must be given the space. The referee must be given the space. Where we have a problem with NASA yesterday is that they cannot purport to extend their lies and propaganda to the people of Kenya. And don't say that the guy who met the president, we are here to clear the air that the head of the delegation is none other than our brother Kitoni. And I think he should tell the country also that it's him who took the delegation to State House, and it's him again who's providing a photo, misleading photo, damaging photo, demeaning photo. And as you have said, it's good you have clarified yesterday that the individuals are too different. And I think that's a very responsible journalism. So we are saying that NASA is not genuine about their accusation on IBC. The accusation has a different meaning. It's about them losing a contract of a company who has promised them $1 billion Kenya shillings as part of their campaign kitty.
As players in the upcoming elections, are you satisfied with the procedure used in procuring the awarding the tender for printing of the ballot materials? And number two, if there is any conflict of interest, should the tender proceed so that you also protect the integrity of the elections that will be conducted?
No, I am sure IEBC, in giving that tender to that company, they must have followed the due process of law. Single sourcing is, if you look at the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, yourself, Gashuri, you'll find they were within the law. Two, and fundamentally for us, is that with the timeline remaining, and the president was very categorical in his speech, let us give the referee the necessary space to do their business. And for us, the political class, to go to the people, because IBC does not vote, to go to the people and make sure that we sell our ideas. Look at, if you look at 2013 general election, 3 days to the general election, all the 45,000 integrated technology kits are in the country. I mean, it's never happened. They are advertising for the presiding officers. So from where we sit, we feel the timelines, both in legislation, in resources. That's why Parliament, in the supplementary budget today, has allocated the 2.5 billion shillings for the ballot paper printing. So everything is moving on. And we're telling our friends, you are making noise because you lost $1 billion shilling. Forget about talking about the president's brother being an agent. We have credible information. Answer our questions. Tell us the role of Hamida Kibwana. Tell us the role of Patel Shailesh. Tell us if the Honorable Prime Minister was in South Africa in the month of April 2016 and whether he met these two gentlemen and they struck that deal. Sorry.